All right, getting into game number 5. Derelict Watcher is our map. Let's jump right on in to find out who takes the lead in this series, as we have spawning up to the top right-hand corner, the Recovery King. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for CJ herO. And down to the bottom left, our blue Protoss, the Zealot King. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for San.
San really wondering what he's gonna go for here. He's very good with target and Oracle. He's done well across all matchup with this build.
Yeah.
So if he changed things up here and went for something a little bit more standard in this game, I could see him doing well once again here versus herO. Whereas herO, I really feel like he has to play it a little bit more safe. In the mid game and late game, his decision making is very close to flawless. If he's able to take it to the later part of the game, I really feel like he will be very confident and able to display his great decision-making and his skill.
It's a very, very good point. It is indeed. And now here, with 2-2 in this grand final, we're going to see what they're going to be going for. It's just going to be gateway for both. herO's was a little bit later, and he actually did have the minerals for it, so a slight misstep there.
Did he not make it with the rallied probe out of his Nexus?
Did he?
Yeah, wow. I think this is how you do it usually.
And there
Sassy style.
Sassy style.
You make every building with a probe coming out of the Nexus. If you don't, then you're wrong.
I think he's over there somewhere, so he might be listening to you. But anyway. But now we have those double gases on the way for both of these players as well. And will San go for the 3-1 once again? It's a little bit weird.
The only player to scout for proxies, for in-base proxies.
Ah, yeah. Whilst herO is just deciding to feign some ignorance here. Of course, there is nothing going on, though. And San does send 3 into one, and then 1 into the other as well. So I really would like to know why he
I think it's just the way he rallies them, because one of his assimilators finished before the other one.
herO's done it as well. So is that, you think, because of the rally?
No, they didn't make them at the same time.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do 2 and then late 2 on the other one. So they do 3 on the first one that comes first, and then rally the next probes that come out from the Nexus into the other one.
You mean so it catches up, so it's they
yeah, so they don't have to transfer from one gas to another, or transfer from one gas to the minerals, and then from the minerals to the gas.
Maybe.
A little bit more fluid this way.
That's a very, very good point. Well, for now, San is going to actually go for the full scout here, and interestingly enough, he sent a probe up to the north as well. So he's sending 2 probes out. We're going to have a little bit of proxy action here from San. I guess it's going to be Stargate. So I should have predicted San was going to go for a Stargate as opposed to herO. Darn.
Not necessarily always a Stargate here in this position. If he had made it closer, say at 12 o'clock, to his opponent's base, this could get scouted. Being a Stargate, if it's scouted, it's going to look very bad for San. So he's placed it there. Could be a Stargate, could be a Twilight, in which case I think Dark Templars will be made. But yeah, it's going to be a Stargate. And I think he's placed there exactly because of what I said. And behind this, he could actually go for a Twilight and Dark Templars, because if you face a Stargate, even if it's out on the map, and an Oracle flies into your main, you're not going to want to get detection, especially if you lose probes. You're going to cancel your robo a lot of the time. And believe me, I've lost to that, and you don't read into it too much.
Nope. Well, and it looks like he's just going to be able to keep a good eye on the front here, whilst herO is now moving out into the middle of the map, looking for things, or just traversing that map to make sure that he can intercept anything that would be coming along his way. Some Mothership cores just chilling out at certain bases, etc. And herO is actually keeping an eye on that very, very left-hand side for anything that's going on.
herO wants to play this very, very safe, as expected. He's got the 3 gates, the robo in the main. This is actually overly safe. At this point, if San had gone for a quick expansion, herO would be really, really far behind. But in this case here, he's going to be on 3 gateways, which is going to be great for warping in units and defending against the Oracle that's going to be headed his way very, very soon. And he's proxying a pylon on the map. He could go for a counter-attack as well if he defends really well.
And he chose Robo, of all things, here to actually try and deal with this. There's 2 extra gateways being added on for San, so he has the opportunity also to get very aggressive, especially with this Oracle now flying in.
He warps his Stalkers across the map. He left his Mothership core back at home, which is what he needed in the first game.
Yeah, to be able to deal with that Oracle once it flies in. Photon Overcharge will be able to push that away. away. And meanwhile, what does San actually have? In terms of units
Not
across
much.
there, it's like 6 Stalkers against 2.
Yeah, but those Stalkers, they're actually out on the map. There's nothing back at home. The Mothership Core is going to be sniped.
Photon Overcharge does get activated though before that Mothership Core ends up dying, but he will get a Sentry as well here, even using the probe for the fight, and he will lose one of the Stalkers, but at the same time, does he get that other Stalker? It just barely goes out of range. He's taking a lot of damage, gets it with 1 shot, but loses another Stalker in the process.
Yeah, he's forcing San to go into a force gateway here, and behind this, they both have similar economies, 24 probes to 25. The Photon Overcharge is going to run out in the main of herO. He has to get some Stalkers ready to defend against the Oracle, which pulled back on time to survive.
2 Oracles here,
But
so that's
actually,
a lot of firepower.
yeah, only 2 Stalkers. I don't think he expects that. Oh, the Mothership Core is going to spot this.
Oh, he has time to prepare. He can actually warp in back at home if he wants to. He warps in a 3rd Stalker to try and deal with those. Very, very nice choice here by herO. Otherwise, he could have taken a lot of damage.
Oh, that Oracle is going to have to run away now. I think targeting probes here would have been great. He would have killed a ton before those Oracle would die, and San could have gained a nice lead, but he went for the Stalkers.
He never remade a Mothership Core, so he actually doesn't have Photon Overcharge for any kind of defense.
But San is on 4 gateways now, so he's going to be fine. He has 3 Zealots, a whole bunch of Stalkers, and herO knows he's ahead, or he knows that he has enough units to take a natural. Maybe not ahead just yet.
Well,
if we look at the walker count, that's a very important number. herO is actually behind right now, but he knows that if he gets attacked by San, San's not going to have enough to kill him or do a ton of damage.
Exactly.
So if you know that, you can go for a second Nexus.
Especially considering the fact that he actually has the whole time of the walking out to get that Immortal out.
As I say that, San moves across the map and it looks like he might want to go for a timing. I'm a little bit surprised because he's not been making Void Race or anything. He's gonna start making pylons in the middle of the map. If he's able to attack before the second Nexus goes up, there's not gonna be Photon Overcharge. He might be able to get a cancel.
He actually needs to bring down that Mothership Core to that natural position as quickly as possible. herO knows there's no expansion on the way.
Yeah,
he's bringing that Mothership Core back as well. That was way out of position. He needs that Photon Overcharge at that natural. He will have 1 Immortal.
Yeah, he needs sentries. He needs sentries down that little ramp that he has. To be able to force field a huge ramp, he needs 3 perfect force fields to split this army in half and crush it.
The Nexus finishes, Photon Overcharge there will be available, and San now is pretty much walking into a place where herO could easily shut him down. He has the sentries as well. He could force field some of these in, and he doesn't actually. They have to filter through back against 1 Stalker.
Those were some missed force fields. This was looking very good for herO. If he had trapped like 5 to 6 units up the ramp, he would have completely crushed those. And then San has no follow-up for this. He has to go for basically another attack, and he would get crushed.
This is a cool attempt at a counter-attack here by herO, but San reacted very nicely. Once again, though, San still has no Photon Overcharge or Mothership Core to speak of. So if he wanted to leave that back and try and do something with that, it would be very difficult. Right now, the income we're seeing here from herO is better. San is going to try and fly in with an Oracle, but herO is everywhere. herO shuts that down, forces that away, and there's nothing that can be done at the natural here for San.
herO is thinking about moving down here. I don't think that would be a good idea. He has an observer above his opponent's natural. He sees that the Nexus starts. He knows he's miles ahead. Now his reflex, or his reaction should be to either chrono boost out a lot of probes or go for a big attack, because his economy is going to be that much better. And when that second Nexus finishes by San, he's going to be able to start catching up. So herO, he throws down double extra gateway behind the middle line of his expansion, and I do think he's going to be going for a big attack. His proxy pylon is getting taken out at this point. He's going to actually go for the assimilators, which is a little bit surprising. Might mean he does not go for an attack. For now, at least. Let's see.
And herO here, slightly supply blocked, did end up losing a pylon somewhere. But force field, whoa! herO actually goes for the engagement, thinking that the 3 Immortals is going to be enough for him to actually do the damage. And
this could be a big mistake here.
It certainly could be, but at the same time, 3 Immortals do provide a lot of firepower. One at the front does end up getting ravaged by those Zealots.
These Zealots, they're going to take a ton of damage.
They certainly are, and San is evening up that army supply count. In fact, he takes the advantage for a second.
Good micro, he pulled back really well here. I think if San goes for a big Zealot warping in and goes for a follow-up attack, these Immortals, they get taken out, and from there, herO is in a lot of trouble. But so far, I guess his warp gates were on cooldown because he had to warp in some units. Maybe back at home, I see he has some Zealots in the middle of the map. That Oracle still presenting a threat in the main, forcing 3 Stalkers to stay there actually. And herO moves down the ramp again!
Still great force fields here by San, and he's actually negating a little bit of the damage from the Immortals at the back whilst eating away at those Zealots. herO is really over-eager here to constantly continue pushing down that ramp, and Sentries are actually doing quite a lot of damage to that Immortal.
Photon Overcharge is going to take out the Oracle. That was very important here. These Immortals going to town on the Sentries here. San's gonna have to go back for now, but he's caught up with the expansion here, and even though he has less workers than his opponents. He traded very, very well in this fight, I feel.
But he needs to warp in. San needs to have sentries back at home with good energy to be able to deal with this. herO, meanwhile, is going for his Robo Bay, but now still, herO has that kind of tech advantage which held him strong. And another Oracle
Yeah, I was
introduction.
going to say this will be smart because there is no way herO will keep Stalkers at home the entire game.
Look at this, trying to focus down those sentries, knowing that if he keeps pushing, he needs those sentries. He got 2 of them! He got 2 of them! Nice, fantastic there by herO!
And no photon overcharge just yet, 90 energy on the mothership core. herO pulls back for a second to snipe a pylon and a zealot. I don't think he's going to be going for the attack. He knows this is too risky. He's been definitely getting overeager, as you say. The moving down the ramp was a huge mistake. He could have just taken 2 Archons with charge loss and moved down a little bit later, but now with the Oracle flying into his main very, very soon, he's not ready. He doesn't even have the mothership core nearby.
Yeah, that was really cool before by herO to focus those sentries down and make it look like he wanted to go for the push, but this Oracle is going to fly in. There is a slight probe advantage for herO, but unless this Oracle is dealt with, then that is going to get evened up. Does warp in a few Stalkers, but he's just going to go straight for this. He's just going to commit suicide with the Oracle and get as many probes as possible. He's already got quite a few, 9 kills on that.
Wow.
And in total, now we actually have a probe lead for San.
Yeah, but herO, he goes for the 3rd base. I think he knows his army is big enough for him to defend any kind of upcoming attack. He should definitely set up 1 or 2 cannon per mineral line to deal with a follow-up with another Oracle in one of his bases. herO has had an observer above his opponent's base the entire game. This is about to get shut down, possibly with the observer of San coming out. No, he does not see it. And San goes for his own Robo Bay and Forge. This is again a complete mirror. Both players, they have about the same workers. herO a little bit behind in that. But if you look at the production type, they are getting about the same thing. The only thing that's missing for San is the 3rd base that he's going to have to be very careful about. Because if this kicks in for herO and San sees it too late, he's going to be committed to an attack.
Yeah. What a great PvP this has been so far. Really, really back and forth. Gets the Oracle.
He sees it.
And he sees the 3rd base. But can he do anything about it? Because right now, both of them have got Colossi on the way.
That Stalker can't, that's for sure.
No, poor little Stalker cannot. But herO has the backbone of 4 Immortals. That's so much firepower going up against an opponent that has only gateway units and then maybe a Colossus once it comes out.
This is going to be a 1 Colossus all-in with a ton of gateways here by San. Upon seeing the turn Nexus, he threw down 2 extra gateways. He's going to start proxying a pylon here very, very soon. herO moved up his ramp. He was feeling unsafe, and I think this is looking great here for herO because he already has a Colossus. He has a bunch of Immortals.
So strong.
Yeah, and 2nd Colossus is about to come out here. He's even walling off his 3rd base here a little bit.
Worker supplies are dead even. Army supplies slightly in favor of herO, but also herO has the quality behind his army, which is going to really, really pack a punch to San if he equally gets over eager. But he's committed to this. He doesn't have any upgrades on the way. He doesn't have... I don't even think he got Colossi with Thermal Lance, so he's just waiting for that 1 Colossus to get along there. herO, does he have Thermal Lance done?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, well...
but having 2 Colossus is such a big deal.
Yeah.
And even though they have the same Immortal count here, herO can pick a better engagement if he walks a little bit for it. Oh, but starting charge and +2, this is a mistake here. He needs to get as many units as he can right now.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. San is posing a lot of problems.
With his mothership core to use the photon overcharge on the 3rd base. This is so smart here.
It's a wise move, but he might catch him on the ramp here. Those time warps as well as the Guardian shields do go up. Force fields, they're going to try and hold this back, but there's a lot of damage being done to that 1 Colossus. 3 Colossi here need to do the damage. No thermal lenses for either of them, so it's really, really hard for them to take the engagements. herO with the supply advantage in terms of the army. All of those zealots really pushing San back.
And the army supply 68 to 49. Sans keep going for it. herO move down the ramp.
The 3 Immortals of San are only focusing out the zealots. They're not getting to the Colossi. The Colossi for herO are going to push us back. GG! herO takes a 3-2 lead.